All right, spot number 1 is not going to be an option. We'll check in with Michelle. She's the boss, you know. We have to film this whole thing on our phone because we forgot the GoPro.
Oops.
Yeah. All right, just to add some fun to the adventure. That there's no camping. So I don't know if it means in those areas or not. So I'm gonna see if I got cell service. I'm gonna try calling, figure out what national forest this is and try calling to see if there is some type of camping restriction going on right now. I'm not surprised that it says no camping here, but there's a way more dispersed areas up that direction. But I'll let you know. If not, I don't know what we're gonna do. We're back, and somebody was at the National Forest office, the Umatilla or something like that, National Forest, and there is a level 1 fire ban in effect, but basically it means no campfires unattended, which we're not doing anyway. But she said that as long as we are camped on National Forest land, we are allowed to camp in this area. I looked back on my National Forest map from Onyx, and that snow park is not listed as National Forest anyway, so that's probably why you can't camp there. So we're gonna continue up the road here until we get to what is some of the yellow shaded on my map, which means it's dispersed camping allowed, and we'll check that out and see if we can find ourselves a good spot. That's good news, but we'll just obviously keep an eye on the potential fire risk around us. So I left Michelle in the truck just in case somebody comes down the road and she needs to pull it out of the way. It's not blocking anything except this little side road, which only is like 50 feet back into the woods, so I can't imagine somebody coming out of there. But yeah, I'm just walking back this National Forest road to see if there's a spot back here. I'm keeping an eye on exactly where I'm at to make sure I am on National Forest land, which I currently am. And up here on the left will be a little side road that appears to have some good dispersed camping spots back there. But I sure as heck didn't want to drive back here and not be able to turn around. Unfortunately, the drone is not charged, or I probably could have just launched it from back there and flew it up here. It's, you know, a quarter of a mile or so. But it sure is beautiful back here. I'm hoping the spot is open, because if it is, it's the closest one available to get back on the interstate. And it's the kind of spots we like to camp in. All right, spot number 1 is not going to be an option. This road is really rocky. It's not horrible. We definitely would take the weight distribution bars off to reduce the amount of strain on the frame. But the spot that I thought looks good aerially from the air, I don't know if aerially is a word, it's on an incline down the mountain. So I'm gonna walk out here, go a little bit further down this road, and if this one doesn't look good, then we will just continue on driving down the main road there at Mount Emily. So this other area has some promise. However, I think that might be a decent spot right there. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and drive further up the road. And if we can't find anything, then we'll come back here, because I know that one's open. I mean, there's nobody out here whatsoever. So it's not like somebody's gonna take that. There's a little dip in the road we'll have to keep an eye on. Maybe put some wood down. But that would be a spot right back in there. And I'll have to look and see what direction is north. I believe that's north, so we should be able to get good Starlink and solar most of the day. But we're gonna drive a little bit further down the road and see what else we can find. Fingers crossed it's an easy in and out. All right, just to add some fun to the adventure, I don't know if you guys can see that yet, if we're far enough away or close enough away, but look at all these sheep just blocking the road. Hopefully they'll move as we get a little bit closer.
Oh, hi baby, that's okay.
All right, we gotta wait for these guys to get out of the way. Found a great spot, just the next boondocking area in, that actually turns into National Forest property. Here it is. We're just coming out to assess the best way to get in. It looks like there's a little dirt road over there that we could come in on, but that one's got a little bit of a dip. So I'm thinking that coming in here might be best. I think I can get past this, or I can just cut down those branches right there a little bit because that tree's already dead. But Michelle's coming. Look at that spot. Heck yeah. This is our new home. Not too far off the road either, so that's going to be an added bonus to be able to get back on and go into town and stuff. We're going to need to get gas at some point. But let me go over here and check this just to see if this might be the easier route in. Looks like people have just been cutting around that dip. What do you think, Michelle?
Yeah, I think I'll go that way.
Yeah. I might take the weight distribution bars off, but no, I don't know. This is all torn up. I mean, obviously you can see people drove through it when it was wet. Of course, it's super dry now, so maybe this is just the easier way. Come in right through here instead of trying to go over that dip. But yep, we'll check in with Michelle. She's the boss, you know. What do you think, boss?
You've driven on worse than this before.
Oh no, I'm not worried about that. I was worried about that dip right there. But it looks like people have been coming through there.
Yeah.
That spot is fine. I can get right in there, but it's that tree branch.
Yeah, I wanted to.
All right, we'll keep you posted. All right, Michelle's just gonna pull the tree limb back, and then we don't have to worry about trimming it or cutting it. And this way in is a lot smoother. And I'll just veer off to the left more as we go past it. Work like a charm. Michelle is the best branch holder that we got on board. So welcome to Umatilla National Forest. So now we just need to figure out what direction we're going to aim. We're going to try to get our ass end towards the south just to get as much sun as we can. As you can see, it's super cloudy and overcast, and it's been that way the last day and a half. So I don't know if it's going to continue, but so we'll try to get as much sun as we can. But if we need to run the generator, we're kind of out here by ourselves. There is a camper way over there and a truck bed camper right over there too. So you know, we're not the only ones out here. So after a few weeks of not doing a whole lot of outdoor adventures, we are back. And as you can tell, we're out of practice because hopefully this isn't too jiggly, because we're having to film this entire thing on our phone. Because let's just stop, that way it doesn't shake.
Yeah.
We have to film this whole thing on our phone because we forgot the GoPro.
Oops.
Yeah. So we are here at Mount Emily.
It's the recreation area.
Yeah, Mount Emily Recreation Area Loop. It's on all trails. Yep. It says 7.2, but it ends up being like 8.2 according to everybody who's written comments, and about 1,000 feet of elevation. So we are here just outside La Grande, Oregon, and it's probably like a half an hour drive from our campsite, so it was really good. Yeah. It's also a very active mountain bike trail.
We've got some bikers coming
so yep, well here they come. So all right, we're hiking.
Wow, looky. We're about almost halfway in on the trail. And look what we find.
This is actually the same spot we planned on stopping once we got to the top of the first climb. And this is sitting here for us.
A picnic table. You never see that.
I don't
You
know how
never
the heck
do.
they got it out here.
Oh, that's a good, yeah. I don't either. That's wild.
We just finished up our lunch. Michelle, you want to come in and give a snack update?
Yep, we had lunch meat, we had string cheese, some apple slices, but we've got some of those left over for when we get done with the hike. And I said string cheese already.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Nothing too exciting, but it was nice sitting here at this picnic table and having lunch. So we are, how far are we in?
We are in 3.7.
Yeah, we're going on 3.75 miles, and so we have about 4 miles or 4.5 miles left. And most of the elevation is gone, or we've done it. I think, though, we still have about 400 feet more left. So we're taking you with us. We finished, everyone.
Yeah, today was a hard one. Today was hard. I think it's because we're out of practice.
Yeah, I think, we spent probably 2 months at pretty much no elevation there in Washington State, and now I think the trail started around 3,600 and hiked up to about 4,600. So it ended up being 963 feet of elevation gain at 7.7 miles. So, but yeah, it was challenging. It's real nice, though. The other thing about the elevation gain I'll say about this trail is because these are all really mountain bike trails, the elevation gain is very kind of gradual. There weren't any real steep climbs like there were when we've been hiking some of the hiking trails that we've been doing over the last few months. So they weren't as, they kind of had a climb and then a gradual, it kind of leveled out, then a little bit more of a climb. So it really wasn't too bad. But yeah, these are really nice mountain bike trails. There's, I don't know, 50, 60 miles at least of trails out here. We didn't see a single person after we started hiking.
No, but this place seems like it just spreads out so far. Just, it's so wide open and so many trails. We saw so many, what do you call them, those intersections?
Yeah, the intersections. And they've got maps at all the intersections with very good trail markers. And thankfully, most of the trail was shaded because it is like 85 degrees right now. So it's getting to be hot. The little thermostat here in the truck isn't right, but it says 100. But that's just because it's been sitting in the sun. So, all right, we're heading in to get some groceries. Oh, don't forget. I forgot. Almost stopped.
What?
We forgot. The Great 2K Road Test starts tomorrow. We are setting a goal to spend less than $2,000 in the month of September.
Will we be able to do it, though?
I don't know, because we're traveling from Oregon ultimately to Texas. I don't know that we'll be there by the end of September, but it'll be close. But we're going to be at least in Colorado by the end of September. So we got a lot of miles to go. So our goal is to not spend more than $2,000, and we're going to keep you updated all along the way. But today is August 31st, so we figured we better go grocery shopping.